I knew something was off the moment the waiter gave me that look. You know the one, half pity, half discomfort, like he's about to serve you the worst kind of truth, and there's no way to make it palatable. It was our anniversary, 10 years. My wife, Caroline, had insisted we try this new rooftop place downtown, said it was chic, private, romantic. She made the reservation herself. That should have been a red flag. She told me to come a little late so she could set up a surprise. I remember laughing at that. I even stopped to buy her a rose. Stupid, right? I walked in, ready to celebrate us. The hostess asked my name, and when I said Colin Barnes, she hesitated. Another red flag. But she smiled and pointed toward a table near the far corner with floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the skyline. I followed the waiter, and then I saw them. My wife, my boss, not sitting across from each other. No, sitting side by side. His hand was on her thigh. I froze, and in that frozen second, everything I thought I knew about my life shattered like glass under pressure. I didn't say a word, didn't scream, didn't storm over. I just stood there, like a statue bolted to the floor. Caroline didn't see me at first. She was laughing at something he said. That laugh, not the polite kind she gave me when I made a dumb joke. This one was real, effortless, familiar. When she finally noticed me, her face drained of color. Her mouth opened, no sound, just guilt, pure and unfiltered. And him? Daniel Whitaker, regional director, my boss for the past 7 years. He just leaned back, calm as ever, like getting caught wasn't even a problem. Colin, he said, like we were in the office talking about quarterly numbers. Didn't expect you this early. Caroline stood up so fast, she knocked over her wine. Wait, I can explain, she stammered. But the words didn't matter, because explanations are for accidents. This wasn't an accident. It was a choice, a long string of choices, and I was done pretending otherwise. I became aware of the silence around us. Forks frozen midair. Conversations halted. Every eye in that restaurant was on our table. But I didn't care. Caroline reached for my hand. I stepped back. You told me you had to stay late for work, Caroline, I said, my voice calm, too calm. And here you are, with my work. Daniel scoffed, like he was the one being wronged. Let's not make a scene, he said. I laughed, a bitter, hollow laugh. A scene? You've been sleeping with my wife, and now you want dignity? He stood up slowly, adjusting his suit jacket like we were still in a boardroom. I think we should talk about this elsewhere. That's when I saw it. Caroline's phone face down on the table. I picked it up, ignoring her reaching hands. No passcode. Messages open. The last one? He'll be here soon. Don't freak out. Just act normal. Sent to Daniel. A plan. They expected me to find them. This wasn't just an affair. It was a reveal. A power play. And suddenly, I wasn't just the betrayed husband. I was a pawn in their little game. I put the phone down slowly, like it was something toxic. You wanted me to find out this way, I said quietly, more to myself than them. Caroline looked down. Daniel didn't flinch. He kept that smug boardroom calm. Colin, you've been distracted lately, he said, pulled in too many directions. This isn't personal. It's what's best for everyone. I stared at him. Everyone? Everyone includes me? He didn't answer, because to Daniel Whitaker, I was just another employee. Replaceable, disposable. I turned to Caroline. How long? I asked. No emotion, just data. She hesitated. That told me enough. 6 months, she whispered. But it didn't mean to happen like this. That sentence echoed in my head. It didn't mean to happen like this. It was always this way. People burn the bridge, then complain about the smoke. I stepped back from the table, from her, from the version of my life I thought I was living. I left the restaurant without another word, didn't grab my coat, didn't look back. I could feel the heat in my chest as I stepped into the cold night. My hands were trembling, not from sadness, from rage, controlled, calculated rage. They wanted a reaction, a scene, tears, a breakdown. I'd give them none of it. Instead, I drove, not home, because that wasn't home anymore, not to a friend, because shame thrives in explanation. I drove to the office, Daniel's office. I still had the spare key card from when I helped him set up the new security system last year. Funny how trust works, or used to. I sat at his desk and opened his laptop. He was lazy about passwords, his kid's birthday. I knew it. The files were all there. Expense reports, travel bookings, conflicts of interest, and one very specific entry labeled client dinner, personal, charged to the company card. The night he and Caroline stayed at that lake house for strategy planning. Perfect. Because if I was going down, I wasn't going alone. I spent the weekend building a file, emails, photos, credit card receipts, all tied neatly together, with a timeline even an intern could follow. Then Monday came. I walked into HR, not as an employee, but as a witness. I handed them everything. When they asked why I was doing this, I just said, because I'm tired of people like them writing the rules. Daniel was suspended by noon. There was an internal investigation. Whispers spread like wildfire. Carolyn didn't reach out. She knew better. She moved out of our apartment a week later, left her key in the mailbox like it was nothing. I changed the locks anyway. I didn't cry, didn't scream, didn't post online. I just moved forward. The hardest part wasn't losing her. It was realizing I never really had her to begin with. But the best part, for once, I didn't play the fool. I didn't forgive what shouldn't be forgiven. I walked through the fire, and when I came out, I wasn't the same man who walked in on his wife and his boss at dinner. I was sharper, quieter, and so much harder to break. 3 months later, I stood in front of the same restaurant, not to confront anyone, not for closure, just to remind myself how far I'd come. Inside, people laughed over wine and whispered over desserts. I didn't go in. I didn't need to. Caroline tried calling once. No number, just unknown caller. I let it ring. She sent an email, just one, no apology, just a line. I made a mistake. I didn't reply. Some silences are stronger than any words. Daniel, he lost his job, quietly, no headlines. But the people who needed to know, they knew. And in our industry, reputation is everything. As for me, I started fresh, different company, different city, smaller place, smaller paycheck, but peace was priceless. Every now and then, I catch myself smiling at nothing, not out of joy, out of strength. Because when you survive betrayal and choose not to let it define you, that's not just healing, that's power.